Okay.
We live. Good night, good night, good night, good night, everybody. Welcome to another
Good
episode
night.
of the Up Inside Yuh podcast, the lockdown edition in season 3.
Part
I am here with my
752.
love. I here with my lovely co-host, Chad and Janelle. Man, we
I
good
lovely.
Hello.
tonight.
Good night. Good
She's
night.
I
Yeah,
lovely.
yeah. What's our lovely one?
That
We
I
good tonight.
lovely.
We good tonight.
Jesus. No, you don't tell
We
me
good
that I
tonight.
lovely.
That
Yeah,
was
you're lovely. When I'm lovely, I like it. I like it. Let me begin sponsors though. I want to tell you, man.
woo woo.
Yeah, big them up anywhere, miss. I did this so called her reading the comments because
Reading
we
the
got people
comments.
lives.
Yeah.
To be honest, I ain't looking for nobody to be about here so hyped tonight because
You think everybody
the
with
prime
me?
minister,
Everybody with
yeah,
me, but
the prime minister,
I want
the
bigger
prime
on a
minister
rush.
dealing with the thing. I was gonna do it, I was gonna
Oh, go ahead.
do it.
Sorry, man.
Let's go.
Right, because I thought, don't forget, yeah, Alorosity them.
Right, that's
We
my
might do
stop.
an entire brand change.
Yeah, right.
A lorry media productions. So big them up
Production.
You
all
do
the
the
time
old
because without
switcheroo.
them they can't be never. Yeah, all the graphics, everything that you just see in terms of the beginning of the podcast, the ending of the podcast, is all because of them. So hit them up for any necessaries when it comes to your
Like,
media. Repeat,
no,
repeat
I
that,
inside the
Majorana.
podcast. That's inside the podcast.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right. So, Alori Media Productions, we got Sibella Media Journey Sibel. Big them up anywhere the base. We hoping to see a podcast from them shortly. I ain't gonna get much
Soon,
else to say
yes.
about that because I still want to learn about these things. I still want to learn. Anyway,
We coming back
we
strong. We
gonna
coming
big
back
up.
strong.
We begin up Barely Sober Entertainment. Hoping still, keeping your fingers crossed that everything,
We outside.
I guess,
We
normalized in some
outside.
sense so that we could get back a little bit of something happening. We keep every fingers crossed. It's still kind of early in the year. Anything is still possible. We got a big up Trader Scott Barbastulo. I was to actually show him to let him know that we can be like late tonight because nobody don't recognize what days it is no more. The days just feel the same, So
Yeah,
after
every
today was asking somebody what today is. So
I
everybody
actually
just in it
messaged. I
unless
actually messaged trying to cut. I messaged trying to cut to let her know that I missed
uh
him because I need that cut like 6 weeks ago. So I had a
Yeah,
message.
we.
I messaged him yesterday and telling him
yeah,
I
like
really miss
last
you, boy.
year. Yeah, we need yeah, it's true. You gotta tell the people that matter to you most that you never recognize it, that it matters so much to you. You gotta tell them right now, I care
Yeah,
about you.
this is
Mm.
time.
I know
This is time for
recognizing
that.
that I
I care
need
about
you
my
in my
sugar
life.
lady. I care about
You
my.
understand? She's on. I know a lot of women over here gotta be suffering because the one I hear a friend of mine today put up she want me to release the women so they could do the weeds, get the braids do,
Yeah, the
Mm.
wax
and all kind of
and
things. But you
thing.
see, she's an
What?
essential worker. She's an essential worker, so she never
Mm.
stop. It's regular modus operandi for her because she's a
Right.
nurse. So she's still
Yeah.
working day in day out. So she would know what day is, but people know,
Look,
we
that's
here
funny.
something
Exactly.
positive.
That's so funny because so I guess certain essential workers right now getting these big lays because I see certain essential workers in probably government are
Uh-huh.
getting haircuts and different things. So I want to know where these things coming from. These
Let me tell
people
you the real essential workers. I didn't know that's what you're talking
uh,
about.
well, I ain't saying they're not. I just saying that certain people getting haircuts out there, certain people getting fades, certain people getting hairdos,
Here
and
then.
certain media presenters
Yeah.
or certain journalists getting fancy hairdos and things. We locked down, so I want to know
You're getting all dangerous
how you could
though.
do that?
Getting all a little
How
How
you
you
do
could do
dangerous.
that?
that?
How you could
How
do
you could do
that?
that?
Man,
How you could do that?
them got the friends that well, sorry, the people in their household. I'm sure that they have some. Everybody has somebody in their household that can cut their hair and do
Mhm.
their hair
No,
and stuff like
no,
that.
no, no. I
No,
ain't got that
not
one.
at all.
Oh my
I ain't
goodness!
got that. Nope. Listen, I did
Yeah,
even
but how?
purchase a little cake for again yourself. Like when you get these little things, see, I ain't got that big like keys and whatever. But when you get these little
Mm-hmm.
things, you could just like do a little something and then nice it up with the razor thing that like get all that little stubbles and thing. En hij zoekt weer shit to my face. That is true. Maar listen, I would like to open back at the barbershop so that I could look sweet and could do it again. That's what I would like. Please.
But we easing off the barbershop. I think we easing off these things. So I want the people in the comments to keep us updated as to what's going on the university press conference because they want to know what's going on. I hear so much different rumors. I didn't want to know what's happening right now.
What's actually happening?
And how y'all feel about it? That's the thing. How y'all feel about the changes that are currently are planning to be implemented shortly. So I just want to hear from the people in the chat as it comes to hand. But we doing this live tonight. We just freestyling it. We didn't have a topic, so that's why you didn't see any posts from us during the week. We freestyling because we know that something was gonna happen today. From sources gave us information that something can happen today. So we will pretty much piggybacking on what the country is going through. So we just trying to figure out from, what's happening in your neck of the woods and how has
the feeling
quarantine period has been.
If any care packages come through your area, if people the bombarding
I actually today I went to gas station for the first time in a while because I always go to one close to me. And the girl was talking about how difficult it must be for people mentally and trying to navigate with this here because it's one thing to be inside because you choose to, it's another thing to be inside because you're forced to. And then a lot of people, their hours are being cut. So by the time they know the person's in gas station, they get paid, but between catching the bus to and from whatever, what they get paid for that week, gone in transportation and stuff like that, and they ain't really touched anything else. So she said this hard time you gotta be a strong-minded, strong-willed person, and there are not many of us who can. That's something that you gotta practice over. There's some of us, that's strong-willed, but you got that mind that you gotta keep going, even pushing, and you can't see nothing. Like every 2 weeks you're hearing, this will can happen, this will next happen. Every Thursday you're hearing something else, added on, and a whole lot of preamble going before, and it can be hard for people to go navigate what they're hearing and navigate their own lives as well.
Because they know in the hotel sector is slowing down now too because the tourism numbers up there are going down.
Right.
Basically a lot of people are on like 3 days off. A lot of people are going into the implementation of 3 days off as opposed to 2 days off, and it's gonna, I guess, eventually ease down further as things get slower. So it is hard there for a lot of people right now. And I know a lot of people actually got care packages. I ain't getting that yet. You know what I mean? I ain't seen that coming yet, but I know the care packages have came. I think my grandmother time I get one.
Well, you see, not to be facetious or anything, right, Keita and Janelle, but I don't believe that they're gonna be coming through districts like what we're living, bro. Like that's just me. I don't think they're gonna come through districts because
I said that
because certain districts. All right, let me ask you this: you feel that they can carry care packages up in Millennium Heights?
They're not. They're not.
You know if they're getting Fort George? You know if they're getting Fort George and Ansel?
Fort George, what? They could even get in there. I sure they how to get.
First of all, let me just say that I don't frequent those areas, and I have not been on the road. I've been home. I've been quarantining or doing as the Prime Minister or the government has been directing. So I have been one of those people. Excuse me. And what
thanks for pointing out your disclaimer,
I gotta say too is that a lot of the time, right? Yeah, you don't know. A lot of the time, people are being I guess bashed in a sense where that they're not being noticed for their contributions, because I know there got a lot of people that staying in the districts that hardly moving unless they need to, and those people are being kind of left out in the addresses whenever the Prime Minister comes through. You gotta remember that there are people out there that honestly saying, you know what, I'm not working right now. The enemy for me to be on the road unless I gotta go to the supermarket, unless I gotta go to a pharmacy, unless whatever. Let me just stop home. And they have been waiting. So you gotta understand how mentally taxing, just like what Janelle was stating, how mentally taxing it has to be. Somebody say something guilty. How mentally taxing it has to be constantly home, doing everything right, following the directives today here, there's a further extension. You
I felt
understand?
that last
It
year
is
for
going to
sure.
become, yeah, it is going to be very, very difficult for people who doing what is right and still hearing cases rising, this happening, this happening, this happening. It making you feel as if you are, if your contribution goes for absolutely naught. You understand that, and that's difficult. That's not good. That ain't gonna make you feel good. Like, yeah, boy, you ain't glad they start one these past 2 weeks. You could have may as well be over there running boat and
Yeah,
going to show your
because
friends and things.
nah, that's still don't make sense. Because funny enough, like some of my closest friends in quarantine right now, ain't Harrison's
Mm,
point in
mm.
isolation, and is like nah. So him and
You can
says
tell me
getting
about
short your
that?
friend. Nah, I only find out it was only yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
unfortunate.
yeah, it is. I
yeah.
know a few people who are as well.
Oh,
So it's actually
Um,
closer to home now than I thought.
yeah.
right.
So for instance, last week I was on my live and I had somebody on the live with me that was actually in isolation and was talking about the experience and the whole like the person literally is writing a blog about it because it's like they want people to understand like the significance and how serious this virus is. Because they went there initially not thinking that they had the virus, they were going to take somebody there and they did a test and then they tested positive and then their whole household tested positive and then they had to go to Blackman and Gollop because they were supposed to go her at some point, but they went Blackman and Gollop, and
Uh-huh.
it was interesting, and it hit close to home because the person works with my mother. Well, I work there
Uh-huh.
too, but the person works with my mother, and I close to the person, so it's like on the regular circumstances, yeah, they got screens and stuff about at work in different areas, but it's like you could get this thing anyhow. I went to supermarket yesterday and it's like it's only dawn on you like the amount of things that you actually touch to go into an institution, a car, people have touched these things on the shelves and all of these different things that people have touched that you could get possibly get your first way. It's only sinking to you and somebody close to you got it and you sitting on a study. Boy, you really touched it, they don't. I sanitize my hands as much as I should. Like I do everything in the
Uh-huh.
possible way that I should. And all that be messing with your mental. Like mentally, you are not. I
Mm.
am not okay. you know what I'm saying? So it'd be interesting. Big
Man,
up
look.
Rima any chop my. I hear Rima had the vaccine, man, and I glad to hear some people take the vaccine. Just want to know what the views on it is,
Yeah, well, you
how they
see, they
feeling
said
since we
20,
take the vaccine.
they said
25,000
20
agents.
something thousand people.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, got at least one
12.5%.
up in here. We got
I only,
11,
the
I
ones I
think
know
it's
are
11 people.
doctors. The ones I know are frontline workers.
Yeah,
Those are the only ones who I
yeah,
know who would have gotten it. Outside of them, I don't know anybody.
Yeah, I know a good few people. My
yeah.
cousin in St. Vincent took it today in St. Vincent, but I know last night he was telling her even Rico he took it on Friday, and he was
Mm-hmm.
telling me what the experience and that it had him feeling he was a little like not really
Strong.
nervous up front, but when he took Panadols the same time to calm himself. He find
Mm-hmm.
that it made him hungry and lethargic. That's what I've been hearing
Uh,
from more people. Most people
Okay.
I know that have taken it have been feeling
yeah,
hungry and
it can be a
lethargic.
lot of different. It can be a lot of different experiences for people though, because my mother took it as well, and she when she took it, I don't feel as if she had any adverse effects in terms of like lethargy or like she was just normal. If you understand me, so you know everybody is
Normal.
they're gonna have a different reaction,
Right.
and
Mhm. Yeah,
a
But
yeah.
my
friend of mine
friend,
who also took it, who's a nurse, she had a headache and all kind of things. So it's just different people, different body types, different responses, you know.
but the thing is that although they had to get a shot. Don't care how they're feeling, they still have to go to work. So like my friend, who's a doctor,
Right.
have fever and everything, but she still had to push through. She still had to go into work because like
I don't think I would go
Yeah.
where I went
Fair
to that
enough.
shot though. I
pardon?
I I I did precautionary taking 2 days off after I take that shot. I couldn't go where after that. Knowing that the effect I have on people, I don't want to risk getting work to have to go back home. You know what I mean? Like if I take the shot, if it was to take the vaccine, right, or when I eventually do take the vaccine, I would have to take 2 days off for sure because I ain't taking that risk to go work after having the vaccine.
No boy.
Well, what do you think, Zoe? What do you think that you would take 2 days off though? For what reason?
Because you also get injected with a virus or what's not to a certain extent. You get injected with a virus like conditions. You're in the field the best. You are also very likely to your immune system might be trying to boost back up or a little weaker than it usually is. And I really want to be wrong people. Like I really want to put myself in stress like conditions to give myself a headache or migraine or like overwork myself. So
Mhm.
I think that it's best to take a day off or 2 days off, warranted the situation. I would say a day
Well,
off and then see how you feel.
that's looking
And
at it from a well, granted, I think still that's looking at it from an ideal perspective because, like Janelle was saying, if you're a frontline worker, then you know that your number is very important at this point. Like people calling in sick, being a frontline worker, meaning like a nurse, a doctor, or at least something along that line, is gonna put a major negative effect on the system.
yeah,
So I do understand where you're coming from because if you get some kind of weird I guess side effect or adverse effect, your body trying to fight off this thing that entering your system. Like I
mm,
said before, everybody's gonna have a separate reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like yes, if you do feel a little off, you should take that one time off or something. But ultimately, it will depend on the person. I understand different people, but what do you think about vaccines coming from different countries or pharmaceutical
think
companies?
about
Do
that
you
right
think
though, Chad.
different demographics?
Before you head into that topic, is like I
Uh-huh.
don't think the essential at the end of the day, essential workers are people too.
Mhm.
They can feel the same symptoms that the average person can feel. And it's not like they're taking it all at the same time. They're taking it in different people taking it in different stages. So even if someone was to take a day off for it or what's not, we should not put
Mhm.
ourselves in the position that we can be significantly impacted staff wise from a shortage or something like that. So it's still something that you should still be able to consider or put in your plan just in case.
Well, all right. Well,
Yeah,
Empress Kelele,
boss lady,
she,
boss lady
uh
Miri
huh.
is my cousin that I said visit.
Oh, and she
Oh,
had,
this
oh,
is the
she's the
cousin
one
that you were
that,
just not talking about.
that had the shop.
Yeah,
Right. So Empress is stating that I understand different people react differently, but what do you think about vaccines coming from different countries and our pharmaceutical companies? Do you think different demographics? Now, obviously, we have to remember that in the grand scheme of things in the world, we are considered what is called a third world country or a third world entity. So obviously, the fact that people may see us as the, yet again, I gotta use my air quotes, guinea pigs to test something on, because I remember when I started listening to the Prime Minister's address, she was giving thanks to the Minister of India, stating that it was their charity that gave us this vaccine that we currently have in our possession that is currently being distributed among Barbadians. So the fact of the matter is that we don't know what's the relations between Barbados and India, if they're supposed to be something, if there has been something that already was
Being,
put together. Because you remember when China started, we started to get a whole bunch of Chinese so upwards from VTV because of the what is called I know the when Barbados and China meet and they had talks and whatever. So my thing is that
bilateral agreement.
I can't verify whether or not the vaccine is a high quality one, a high standard one,
Mm-hmm.
a well tested one. That's me flipping a coin and hoping for the best because I can sound like a full conspiracy theorist if I say that the sending watered down versions of a vaccine to Barbados for we to try out to see how it worked on we first. If you understand what I'm saying, I don't know. I really
yeah,
truly don't know, but we have to recognize that that is a reality. We are not a rich country. We don't do a lot of self sustaining in terms of business or whatever. So we can't necessarily afford top tier anything. So that 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 is gonna be something that's a coin toss. Is up to that's up to opinion. I can't give facts on that, but you know I leaning more so towards yes than no. I know how we wanna feel about what Empress Kelele said just now.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
based on what I'm seeing coming out of when they're doing like who is buying what medication and everything, right? Who is buying what vaccine. And you have the countries that have stocked up with 5 times their population of the vaccines and 10 times. And recently now they have the Johnson and Johnson one shot one that which is mid US, and that's most likely only going to be for the US population and probably a particular demographic in the US too, because each of these vaccines come at a cost, and the cost will also vary. So it is clear, based on how globalization and trade, like all them things are, that we are the ones that will get the cheaper, the worse effects, the less efficacy ones, etc. That's how it generally is. There, like when you're making, it's made TVs for particular market, it's made
Right.
electronics for particular market.
Right.
And what the ones in US and Canada will get will be more superior to what the Latin American persons will get, and certainly what the third world countries. And they believe that is the same thing is going to happen with the vaccination. We are not going to get the best that is being made.
Well, those are some very strong words, Miss Janelle. But
I'm a
if
strong
that's the way
lady.
that you feel, then I can understand. Yeah, yes, that you are. That is the way touch you to do. So your turkey, they talk to me and let me know how you feel.
I missed that
Well,
one.
but
I missed that. What
I
y'all
know.
say?
I glad that. I glad that.
Please,
Pay
Lord.
attention.
Pay attention,
You're
class.
the, let me know how you
nah,
feel,
but
Peter.
Shoot.
no, I actually agree with Janelle wholeheartedly because like it's definitely quality that we would probably get here wouldn't be I guess the level of the quality that you would get overseas. But what I feel right now about the vaccine is that they can obviously got a lot of speculation and a lot of talk about if it's good for you, if it's bad for you. People can obviously conduct their own research and compare things that happen in India to things that happen here like
Uh-huh.
compare yourselves, compare all sort of different things that may not necessarily be relevant for the vaccine, or look at worst case scenarios of people that had it that don't feel good or may have passed away or what's not. No, who knows? That's the status of where we are as a country. Right? A lot of people. That's from like interacting with people. That's basically what I've been hearing so far. So
Mhm.
that's basically what's been like. But I
I
know
can tell you
like
this here, boy.
I know for sure
Huh?
that I would say by August, because I think if it's 25,000 people that took it so far here in Barbados, by August, I definitely would 75,000 or maybe even 100K can take it by then, based on how the number is going.
Another thing I
But
wanted to ask you guys if you
Repeat
think,
that
because
last part there for me, brother.
oh,
no, I said by August, I think that at least 75,000 to 100,000 people
No,
in
I was
Barbados can
asking
get
Peter
it.
what was
that was a key to say, but it was
okay, okay.
yeah. But when
Okay.
it was, I
Well,
was
yeah,
wondering
go ahead, Janelle.
if
I
y'all
just didn't
thought.
hear what he said, so I was asking.
I understand, no problem. But I was wondering if you guys
Mm.
thought that this first batch of persons, everybody getting it for free. So then the people now who decide that well they want to travel next year and they say they're gonna get the vaccine next year is what 2022.
And go up there for it.
You gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
That I feel as though like after the first batch gone, well that's it. It sucks to be you. And if you want to do anything else, you
Mm.
gotta pay.
Mm.
I just
But the
wonder.
thing is though is that the don't forget that there's a two part to the vaccination. So the
Yeah.
first group of or the people who got it currently, I think is like a 3 month something that then they're gonna go back and get inoculated again.
Second
That's
dose.
correct.
Yeah.
Wait for the second
Yeah.
dose.
It's
So
I think it's supposed to be 8 or 10 weeks. I think it is.
or 8 or 10.
Okay.
Wait, okay, but that's just shy of basically 3 months now. So
Mm.
right, so ultimately I don't think that you could inoculate somebody that already went ahead in this so-called free batch and then decide to charge them for the second one. But I do understand where you're coming from. Maybe later on down the line when things start to quote unquote normalize and there's a real push out of a different vaccine because we gotta remember too that we kind of working behind the time because they got a different strain in the UK, they got a different strain in South America. So currently, what they may be inoculating themselves against could be the COVID-19, but then they might got a COVID-20 or COVID-21, a different variant strain that particular vaccine is just behind the curve, if you understand what he's saying. Because
Yeah.
different countries, different climates, different conditions, different body types can hold that same COVID-19 and probably do different things with it and push it to levels. So,
Hmm.
we always going to be working behind the curve in a sense. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we're going on here, so now. I see some talking going on here. 8 to 12 weeks, man, a challenge. Keita, you should take it for the grannies at the bank. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I guess there's a little cross talk going on in the class right now. Keita, is there anything you'd like to share with the class?
Nah, then they one trip
I
because
love it.
Got
I
me
love
here
it.
good.
taking a
Got me
piss,
here
man.
real good.
What out there, man? She joking in mind, but but funny enough, we were talking before you come in the chat today about the implementation of technology and older folks and so on, and like even whilst there might be a decrease in numbers of people coming to financial institutions or even to like the post office or SurePay or these institutions, there still is a very thin line of what is acceptable because people
Hmm.
are still coming and doing a lot of quote unquote old fashioned methods of doing
Hmm.
things. Then the whole world is a different place, and if 2020 hasn't shown us that the world is a different place, I don't know what gonna show us because like the world is so different now, technology wise, and what you can do in institutions or what direction we should be going. And as much as we get caught up in wanting to do things old school or wanting to do it our way, we gotta be susceptible to change and in tune with the times. Like, um, I still see daily lines for ATMs. I still see what the supermarket line is like. And the thing with supermarket lanes, right? And people going to the supermarket regularly, there's a thin line between going to the supermarket regularly and the reason for why you're going to the supermarket regularly. Because it's
Uh-huh.
like there's a lot of people that go to the supermarket repeatedly because when they go to the supermarket, what they want is not there, so they have to go buy. So after
Uh-huh.
waiting an hour for an hour and some, and you get into the supermarket and you're looking for things, you can't find things like bread and fruits and vegetables. Then are things in
Mm-hmm.
on shelves that you need,
Mm-hmm.
And
and then
and
you
if
could
on
just
the
look and
shelf,
want what you want.
the quality of the fruits and vegetables, like, I was taken aback. I actually bought frozen vegetables because I was like, I can't go to the market and pick out what I like and how it is. And it's
Yeah,
decent before saying, and everybody don't have a household that they could grow everything that they want to eat. But could man, we in a state.
yeah, because I went to the market yesterday, and I could tell you from how I see the shelf stock and people talking in the market. People say, "Well, the bananas used to be here. They got the bananas. The 3 days ago, they had the bananas." And it's like the people that actually just use fruits on a regular or what's not have been
Yeah.
buying in bulk or been taking out more than they need to, and then it creating a shortage of certain things in supermarkets, and that was the problem. I know that was the main thing with bread at one point, but seeing that there's a resurgence in bread. I saw some bread on the shelves yesterday, but it's like the supermarkets is. I don't know, like if I just feel as though each time you lot don't get extended by 2 weeks, I could guarantee you that tomorrow Friday, and if possibly the go we can't lock down again, that the supermarket tomorrow gonna be crazy and people gonna panic by again.
Brother. That's what got me confused in a sense too. I couldn't understand the lines and everything that exists last year because last year was like the first time we were going through it. We didn't know what to expect. We all afraid. We all panicking. But this time around, I expect people to be a little more
No,
mature with it, like make more sense with it. I just don't understand why the links are the way that they are. But granted, though, I will say this that I noticed one time when I was looking at a video because always been in the house, just saying that
I still keep
when
throwing
with
that
the
in there over
I got
and
Jay in there. Is it true?
yeah, you are like it
So
was
when I
you.
when I
They were looking for you. Somebody was
when
looking for you.
who listen,
When I bought Larry
let me
drugs,
finish.
when I bought Larry
Let me.
drugs, they were looking for you.
This
On top of
conversation
this
get from
boat.
supermarket links to drugs, brother. I have been inside the house. I
But
have
you keep
been
saying
I know that
living
he lives pretty close
vicariously
to.
through people. I don't
He
know
likes to be close to it.
anything.
You saying that he inside the house?
He could
Wait,
be inside the house being a local one.
I inside the house. Okay,
wait a
man, we
minute.
understand.
Wait a
We
minute. Wait a
understand.
minute. Wait a minute. How the conversation get turned from this innocent
Nobody
man who is
forced you.
following the protocols that the prime minister and her cabinet have
We,
put forward to the Barbadian civilians. I'm a
we,
law-abiding civilian,
you
sir.
all a little guilty, but like you
But
said, I follow
listen,
the book.
listen.
No.
I was watching the videos as they were sent to my phone. Thankfully, WhatsApp and the people who are on my WhatsApp, they send me videos that I will watch where I saw the supermarket lines, but I know because they are not allowing X amount of people within the building at the same time, the
Mm-hmm.
lines do look long. But by the time that one or two people come out, other people go in, and obviously people are social distancing, so it makes the line snake and all of that stuff. Certain places, other places was ridiculous for sure. But this time, there was one place that I saw in a video because I was inside the house that I noticed that yeah, it had to be a situation of just the fact that people were social distancing.
So
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
in essence, your boat didn't land with the weed. That was not your boat. That's what you're saying.
Skipper, I know nothing about the sea. I don't want a boat. None of that. You are not incriminating me on any foolish thing. Next minute,
My girl so
3 o'clock,
defensive.
3 o'clock in
Listen,
the
though,
morning.
honestly,
I
right? I
hearing a
am
boat
blaming you,
at my
Chad.
But
door.
honestly, right, Chad,
I
though,
am
like
blaming you, Chad.
I live in Sitfulla, and I actually went to work that day. On my way back home from work, B, if you see what the road was, B, police everywhere, police and making
Yeah.
stops in all sorts of different places, and it was like, ain't really getting on with this book
Yeah,
because
boy. Yeah.
all those
Yeah.
people that was in shambles, B, for that
But
whole
the
day.
truth is, I have been seeing a lot of videos as well with police in like districts stopping people, like a Charlotte, like if it was next to a house. The last one that I watched, and it looked like a one-way road somewhere, and the
Yeah,
car was
it's
parked
a
alongside,
small
and the
road.
police are digging it up. And I was like, why this body can't dig up? Like, and I obviously, I am privy to this stuff because I inside the house, and I just get videos to my phone. So I just wanted to understand why is it that I was seeing videos of people being stopped, and it looked like if like they're randomly just digging up
You see
people.
one today that the police had the AKs and thing,
Yeah, that's
and
what I mean. He went to
out
the
the
court.
vehicle, pulling him out of the vehicle and
I would like to know. I want to know more about that though, because I ain't sure what happened there.
me either. But the thing is that I can understand why Chad will make sure that he cover his bases because
Yeah,
everything is being recorded. And you don't know what size or whatever happening. People recording and calling people names and all sorts of things. You got a big drug bust and you calling this by name and that's body name and
He
you know.
talking about my boat and all kind of ignorance.
All right then, like I don't know. I feel as though we inside too
That
long
one
because
keep
I'm
it to
really showing that
4-6.
stupidity with people though.
sorry about that, Emma.
That one keep
I
it
was
to
just
four
asking.
six talking about boats and all.
Oh,
Big man, I don't ever go to the beach. I don't ever go to the beach. I don't ever like the sea water.
But
Are you telling me about boat?
it can't be. So it wasn't your boat that allowed me to be. I trying to do work on behalf of the police. I trying to help the police here, trying to find out who bought allowed me to be that crash. You know what I mean?
All right.
I try to find
You
this out.
see that there? Look, I talking to you. I pointing to you right now. You see that? Can't talk there. I know what I talk. Jason now come in. Jason now come in the chat and say that he was watching Auntie Mia. That's what he know last. So I tell you, give me some updates of what it
update.
is. Cause
Yeah.
eventually we can hear everything what was condensed gonna get sent out on WhatsApp. They said, but
Right.
we could go to the beach on evenings. No,
Evening.
that's for people who like to go to the beach, not me. Cause I ain't on a boat. Shops open, the village shops. Some places allowed to reopen from Monday. Restaurants allowed to open for curbside pickup. The plane just crashed with the court. What the hell? Shafat gonna be crap. What the hell going on in here? Listen, this is a respectable and civilized group. You understand? Yes, there are times that I just get on as I like in here,
Oh my goodness.
and that's usually when I speaking on racism. But we do not land no sort of coke in here. I don't ever drink Coca-Cola. The next
That's
thing
a
is
song, child.
I don't ever
It's
go
just
to
a
the sea.
song.
It's a song?
just a song. It's a song.
All right,
Yeah,
nice.
it's just a song.
Oh,
It's just a song
okay.
to us to me.
I was just about
I
to
had to
ask
post
about
them
the
in one
gyms,
We
spot.
got
but they said gym shut.
all right, but yeah, hardware, appliance, farms and gardening, plumbing and electronic, and IT stores can open now.
Yeah,
That's
that's good.
from Alori. He's letting us know. People employed in construction, agriculture, farming, fishing, auto mechanics, and repair shops, so they will be allowed to resume their normal work activities. So you got
Yeah.
car parts,
You
etc.
can
You
get
can
oil change now, boy. You can
and
get oil change now.
car parts, get your mechanics or yourselves started out. The fast food restaurants opening up. I already want the vegetable places to open back though. That's my thing. But anyways, but at least the fast food restaurants they get to do curbside. So no
Yeah.
inside anything. But you get to go in the drive-throughs. You do deliveries and curbside pickup.
Right.
So I guess it sounds
Jason said that child you ain't see the parole say cocaine is the cure for
I
COVID.
saw that. I saw that video. You know. I saw a video today. I laughed so bad, right? The man said that we did social distancing ever since. So one of them won't be wrong with them. So they should try, boy.
Yeah, it's true. The way how
You're
society set up, it making the paroles win right
sure.
now. You're winning if it's a parole
mm-hmm.
because nobody
You
ain't
may
want
say
to be close to you.
barber so cool.
That's bare foolishness. As far as I'm concerned, right? Wait, what, Carlos, you ain't got no package for me. You understand? You ain't got no package. I don't understand why all the I been
Listen to me,
people
Mike.
putting money
Yo,
in
we
the
might
budget
want to know if this
Yeah, all
one
right,
here
so
so want to know
uh-huh.
if Bashir open back too.
Oh, that's oh.
Wait.
Like, I got nothing to say about that because I know for a fact it'll never close. But not because I went is a video that I just see.
You know,
So let me
anybody don't
see.
pass. I said I heard. Or sorry, this pass and just make sure that the people good.
True. A lot of people like to be in the shop out there, not me cause my care because I didn't for things to open back so that I could sort it out. But they said barbershops ain't open. There's my thing, right? I understand they don't want people getting back into the emphasis of gathering at places, but they should allow these people to resume because what you can do is operate an appointment system where that then, all right, let me say that you got 4 barber chairs in your shop. We talking about trading skirts. They got 4 barber chairs in your establishment. What you could do is space them out properly and you could make sure that all right, this body is for 8 o'clock this morning. It should only take this body about anywhere between 15-20 minutes for a cut, depending on what I want, and you schedule your day to suit. Because I feel like these people gonna make a living too. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfair that they are not even given that option
Yeah.
to reopen like a open. We expect that when we allow you guys to reopen, you're gonna do it based off of appointments only. And it means that when somebody turns up for their appointment, if you're not finished with the person in your chair, they will go stand up outside
You
until
have to wait
that person
outside.
is done.
Yes, and there's no overlapping of
But
any
that you see
person.
yet again. Yeah, yeah, but you see
So I'm glad to hear
that
that certain teams
that's just
can
me
reopen
looking at it from
because
a point of
because
view. Yo, what's going on?
yeah,
Queen regardless.
I'm glad that certain things reopening because people have been out of work, have not been able to make an income now for let's say 4 weeks, and it's difficult for people to just be home doing nothing.
Definitely.
And not necessarily doing nothing, but being home and not having an income. And you still got your bills, you still got your expenses, your landlord's not saying, no, I can get ease. They want the
Right.
money. People want the money. The bill collectors want the bills. Everybody want to collect the debt. So it's like you can't just be home doing nothing, especially when you're self-employed and you need to make that money. You need to get that income. And then to have people they're snitching on you or trying to find people that are open and test people to see if they can be open or not. Try to sell people things and ask you for things online to see if you would deliver. And that was crazy. So it's like I'm glad to know that people have another avenue to get some income now again
It's
because
true.
this has been it's almost a whole month that we had to close off certain places. And for me, somebody I deal with small business people every day. I've been here and heard and pain and struggle from people. People got still pay the monthly expenses.
Correct.
And also these people got employees and these employees got loans and these people themselves
Correct.
got loans that they got to pay back. And nobody want to buy setting them back by a month for a car payment or a mortgage or what's not. So you people gotta get the money, man. So it is what it is. But I just want to know if there was anything
Yeah,
as
boy.
pertaining to cases, number anything was mentioned about the cases and over the press conference.
We were gonna ask the crowd about that one, cause don't forget we both here. So,
Yes, I know.
Jason, let me know what's going on. Let me know if they had any updates regarding the current cases in Barbados, if they had any more deaths or anything like that. Let me know what's going on, people. Then,
Yeah, good
but
night
big
to
up, but
everybody
big up,
who
try not
came in
stats
though.
though.
Yeah, good
I
night
know
to
see trading
everybody who
stats
came
now.
in.
Yeah, try cussing here, Drew, here,
Yeah.
man. But for everybody that coming from your press conference right here, because we know it was important that y'all hear what me had to say.
Mm-hmm.
We glad to hear that things opening back solo level, but at the same time they're opening back. That's the important part. So
Yeah. But y'all can
that's what.
chat. Y'all can still chat the live though on the
Yeah,
podcast and on YouTube. So you can chat Anchor. So you can go back over what we would have discussed before.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
But if you
oh yeah,
want to
you
know,
know that I forget. I forget
if you want to
that
know what we
that.
discussed before, I could
Uh-huh,
summarize it. We discussed
uh-huh.
Chad, the beach,
Wait a
and
minute.
On that, don't do that.
Brother, I want
we did try to
everybody in
figure out.
here. I glad that I got more people in here now. Let me restart this here.
I did try to figure out who we land on the beach. Is it Philip? But not. But I never said it was Chad. I never said it had anything to do with Chad.
Oh my
We were just
goodness.
trying to figure out who we land. That's all we are trying to
Listen,
figure out. But we discussed some serious topics so far. We discussed the COVID, the vaccine, and the implications of taking the vaccine and so on. And it's
right.
good that you guys let me know because we could find out from in your neck of the woods if any of you've taken the vaccine so far, and if you plan on taking the vaccine in the near future. Also, what have you been doing
Huh.
whilst on lockdown, or are you happy with the announcement from the prime minister as opposed to
Nice.
what's opening back and what's not?
We
So
we
feel free
got a
to.
nice young lady named Nisa L. She's telling us that numbers are declining, but still not to where they want. They said there were no more deaths. Charlotte's talking ignorance, both crumbs, both crumbs. I got open seven more outlets. Um, Chad, remember you telling me, said, Big man, why do I talk with you? I don't speak to you. What you talking about? We talking about St. Philip's a hot spot. Listen, the next body to call my name, right? The next body to call my name, talking foolishness
You
about
talk to your
me and
lawyer.
hot spots and inverted commas, packages, and all kind of egg wrecks. I'm gonna learn what time it is.
My
Give me
mom
10
will be
seconds of
praying for
silence there.
that.
Give me 10 seconds of silence there, cause I did my finger with a face. Let you
You
know
can
this
move
is not
that,
a
yeah.
joke. This is not a joke.
I'm gonna phone. I could slam it down. You had you do.
Yo,
I'm
listen to
gonna roll
me.
her phone
You
to
know,
slam it
all
down.
of after last week when we talked with that is all right. I actually shot a friend of mine that's working floor, and he was there for ever. And I was like, no, when I got no more damn phones, you know, like how the phones that had the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0 star pound sign, and you know what I mean. I want back one of them because I want normalize slamming the phone in people's ears again, man. That gonna be it. Nisa,
But
Nisa,
you
do
know,
not
you know
take.
Don't worry
the
about
way
it,
the world is,
Nisa. Don't
Chad,
stress. Don't want he carry on again. Oh
Mhm.
gosh.
Chad, the funny thing about that, right, is I won't be surprised if somebody could create an app that if you want sound the phone of somebody, you can actually use the app and have that whole expression of the phone sound going on in the person ear. Because we live in these times. And you
Mm-hmm.
know, we try to modernize the world. So if you want sound the phone of somebody ear, they got app for that right now. And I'm pretty sure somebody
Excuse
can
me.
create it in the near future. Because the nostalgia of playing on the phone of somebody ear is too great.
Yeah, that to me, but still, there is a satisfaction that cannot be duplicated by an app when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to slamming a phone down physically in somebody's ear. There's nothing you could. There's nothing. There's no app that could replace that for me.
Nah, man. Well, I
You
guess
gotta
because
get it.
you want physically put your phone down.
Yeah, bam it
You want
down.
physically put your phone from your ear, ram it down.
Yeah,
Like stop
Yeah,
calling this number.
we got people coming in now, boy. The flooding in cause
yes,
asking me a done talk. But my thing is, no, you know, the other day we were having this conversation that we learned now that Instagram allowing people to be on live for over an hour now, and that was
Yeah.
something that I only noticed through Keita's live that's happened on Wednesdays. Wait, you got a name for it thing? And you're just
We
kicking it?
just kicking
just
it. It's 4 hours now, man.
Right, 4 hours now. So the good news is we still gonna be here for an hour because we like wanted to miss we and want we.
yeah, boy.
Yeah, man. I ain't sure exactly. We will
Listen,
probably
Queen,
go a little over an hour, but it's good to see that Instagram is
respectable
also in
crew.
tune with the times because a lot of people have been bombarding Instagram with hour long like video. So I'm
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
glad to see that it's more than an hour now. And if Instagram is changing, way we at Barbados can't change. We need to
Uh-huh.
update our stuff, man. But I saw you say something about the digital ID
Yeah,
card earlier.
I wanted to talk about that, right? Because
Yeah,
no, you're talking about changes and stuff,
right.
and that's something
Exactly.
that's gonna be really big change here. You know that Barbados has been laughing stock of the Caribbean because everybody's like, we've got that ID card that anybody could just get laminated and put together an ID, where other countries had already gotten a card, but now with ours, now you're gonna have this chip in and different security measures are in place and this if but you working in the bank so you will know they will say like if you can only who you share your information with will have access to it. And then my mind is like, why ain't gonna share my information with the bank? I ain't gonna share my information with this space and the next space. So what's really going on? So I wanted to know how people felt about the ID card, fingerprinting, this and the next thing that's coming on stream. Because they can come on stream.
It's funny
How you
enough,
feel about it,
people.
Keita?
I actually want to go in on this now because I know a lot of people gonna oppose it because they'll be like, "Oh, I want to keep this information private." But once you seeing people that apply for visas though, and the
Yeah.
visas got your fingerprint in the database a long
Long
time.
time.
Even
Long
if you
time.
get it,
Yeah.
or you don't get it, you
Long
fingerprint
time.
in the database a long
Long
time.
time. Real
You
thing. That's a
picture
fact.
every information about you in them database in the US, and you might not even call visa, and then got your information because you apply
It's
for it,
true.
and you might not get in that country. So at the end
That's
of the day,
definitely me.
we need to gain direction again in digital ID.
That's that's
This
definitely me too.
laminated this
That
laminated will be
laminating thing ain't working out.
nah.
But
This
I
ain't working
think
out.
it may
And for
be
me,
the
right?
extent of it. So as a person who is working, who needs who you know in your position, you need to rely on security,
Yeah,
definitely. But the
indeed.
extent of which you're saying that the card will have, the features that the card will have, what do you
Yeah.
think about that?
That's amazing because you'd be surprised the quality of an ID card that we have right now. The like when you take that to the bank and let's say you have to scan it or copy it, it's hard. It's very very hard to scan and copy that. Sometimes the quality is not the best. Also, different things just happen. But when you have a structural like a digital card that you can actually scan and it's going to be in the system properly, and you can actually have all the advanced security features that like on certain scanners it's not going to scan properly or it can't be copied by certain devices and so on. It puts you in a better position because it is more secure. You have limited access as to what you can and cannot do with the ID card,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it gets into the wrong hands. So it is a plus, man. It's a plus. I'm glad to hear that to get in that direction. Finally, finally.
Everybody just teasing me tonight. You sister here so talking about. I have a call in the name Moscama Road.
I see she. Don't mention that there.
Nah, though.
She bet.
I
Me,
want
She
to
I'm
bet.
discuss.
not
She bet out
entertaining
to
that.
all them. They're
I'm not
hungry.
entertaining that. I'm not entertaining that one bit.
All
That's
right,
the
then.
truth. So
Jeez, that we
these
talking
little
about Janelle. That
these
we
little people
talking
here,
about.
so them dare not even ask a question. Because when I put that potato and say that you're free and then you can eat what
You
you're
got your
talking about.
Yeah.
friend.
Hear
And
my
it's
man,
Yes,
looking right.
Carlos.
You know
yes,
it's
yes,
elevated.
You hear
You know
yes,
it's
Carlos? When I
elevated
read
when you
yes.
Carlos
say you got
thing,
your friend.
When I read
What
I
So,
part of
think Carla said what got me is a lot of people do higher purchase in courts and they ask you for more information to buy 5 toasters than a bank disaster buy for a house.
it's true. I just get courts the information. Uh,
before though, but
just
just
get
be
courts
bank. The
to
people
know.
that just said it's a bank, so they don't
Excuse
want
me.
to get a hard thing.
Wait a minute, wait a
Everybody
minute, wait a
can
minute,
make
wait a minute. Let me just ask this quick question. I hear all of these things here coming in, but I ain't heard nobody say anything about the the curfew. What's going on with the curfew?
Is the
yeah,
same
somebody mentioned it. You know, I
It
mentioned it,
still is
right?
the same?
same 7
Oh,
p.m. to 6 a.m.
7 to 6.
oh. So the weekend
Yeah,
still closed off
but you know,
too?
as
This somebody said like supermarkets open on Saturdays.
on Saturdays,
Okay, but
I hear
I ain't see
you
that.
say just know about the what was he said just now? I chat no matter what you're to talk. Or the courts and the information they require. People just like to honestly, right? People just like to talk shit about banks. That's literally all it is, you know. People
Yeah.
like to just say, or you know, the joke they say, oh, the bank want my blood sample or my stool sample and all that. People just think about that banks. That's literally all it is. That's literally all it is. But
Oh
all I can
my
say
God.
though, what I can say though is that I am glad that hopefully within a near, I would say within 12 to 24 months, that we can move in this direction with this ID card
Mm.
because it is a definite need. I tired going overseas and probably going to, for instance, like I went to a baseball game, right? I trained in New York, and you know, like over there, like if you're drinking alcohol, you have to show your ID. So the guy asked me for my ID. I'm not gonna walk with my passport every single day. So I have my wallet and my ID in my wallet. And the guy asked for my ID. The man had to go and look for a supervisor to validate my ID. At the any day, my ID still didn't valid. I had to still show him my driver's license, and he had to figure out that my driver's license looked sorry so he could validate that. But my ID card is acceptable out there. People don't understand how pop down and they emphasize pop down with ID card. Is 80 card real pop down?
I'm
Here's
for
my
it
thing
though. I
though.
am for the digitalizing of it. I just think that and I know that regardless of how we feel, however extreme they go with it is going be implemented. But I just think that the security features seem to be very you move from one extreme to another really quickly. So I know that that's definitely gonna get a pushback from people. But we ain't got no choice. It is really about time that we had a digital ID. It how is
Yeah.
that you ain't gonna got digital IDs
At Barbados,
and Barbados ID is still something
we
you
got,
can't
we
even
got, we got laminated IDs. We can make that idea at home. I can make the ID
exactly.
card at home. I
So
can make the ID card at home.
yeah, I know it was coming though. But big
Sorry that
ups
was coming.
to my bank because my bank is good at everything digital anyways.
I'm gonna
That's
tell
good
you,
thing.
saying the thing is, like you will feel like the only part no you talking about password. The only ID that I use when people ask me for ID is my driver's license. I don't use the blue one anymore. That picture of me
Yeah,
is when I
but
was like 16 years old, brother, and somebody asked me
you got to
why.
get that updated, Chad.
Yeah, they
You
tell
got to
me
get
why you don't
updated.
get updated, but who gonna want that officers though? Like, please.
Yeah,
But no,
you
but
got to get
when they
updated.
going warrants and things, I don't have any problems with winning warrants. Oh, you
But
mean to
at the end of
get
the
the
day,
card?
the card updated. But at the end of the day, like there got certain places where you need to provide your ID card or passport. That is like a main ID. Whilst
Mm.
driver's license is a form of ID, it is not considered usually a main ID in some places. So that's probably why it is like that. But I glad to hear that, I glad to hear that we as a nation moving technology ways. I want to know so many people in comments what other technological advances you think as a nation that we should probably push towards because as a nation we are behind the eight ball as it pertains to a lot of
Yeah.
technology
Mm-hmm.
and we've got a lot of different advancements like different apps that people use to like share money
Yeah.
that or share funds or do different things like Cash App and these are different apps that we even like close to other country. We can't even freaking monetize videos on YouTube. So I mean like
Cash
we need to
out.
get
Put cash out there in the chat. Put in your cash out.
yeah, yeah, that's our way.
That's
We need
another
to
thing.
get we
But no,
need to push
you're
these
right. Yeah. But you know,
You
like
know how much good
even
content I got for OnlyFans?
anyways,
you see what people
we
in
not
chat roast.
let's not get into the OnlyFans comment. But I want to say though, in terms of where we are, how behind we are, because they know they in the everything is metered overseas. So like in England, your electricity is metered, so you can pay for say 20 pounds of electricity, and that is how it goes. And you top up your electricity, you pay as you go and whatever, and everything is digital, so you can track. And that's what I do. I do a lot of tracking budget. So I track my funds. I track how things are being used. I look at I don't know how many people look at their electricity bill and.
Actually, before you said that, me big up my sister. Cause my sister look at me today. And big me. Cause my sister works at Water Authority, right? And she showed me some information about the water bill.
Yeah, big up Crystal anywhere that she did. I got
she
a call.
showed me the information on the water bill, and she told me that she want to give me kudos because the water bill is ridiculously low, and it's probably because they bathe in less than they usually bathe because they were here from home.
You are here from home.
Wow. I felt disrespected. I respected.
Why would you feel disrespected? So like, all right, but back to like electricity bill, right? I know y'all can see. Let me see how it goes. Oh yeah. But they say yeah. So you see how it's got the graph, a lot of people don't look at that. I look at that to see like how, because mine actually gone up now since we home, everybody home working. So my electricity went up. So December, so all those things I look at. And I should be able to say, hey, look, listen, though, we only got $20 left in electricity for the month, so you there to conserve.
Or you should be able to tell your employer that, I use this extra electricity for work, and this is what my average bill would be without working from home, and this is what my bill is now. So clearly, this is the difference here now. I need some sort of income to assist with the.
Which employer? You mean the government? The government ain't give me no money for this.
Give money
the government gotta do something.
I mean,
Janelle, please.
You can't do computers working from home.
No, you are not one of us. You have been working throughout this entire situation. Your modus operandi has not changed other than the fact that you no longer physically leave your home. You are one of the 1%ers.
Who
you are you. Let me ask you this.
Because I get a salary. Hold on. So because I get a salary, you say to me that it's not going to be. Who you mean?
So let me ask you a question. Did any of the trucks with the care packages come through your district?
Big man, we already earlier. They're not going to come into my neighborhood. You get us like on a house in here. You get us like on a house in here.
Yeah. Hey, I just asking questions.
But we already established that they're not going to. I heard that they were giving to everybody. I said they're going to definitely give to the ones who live in a particular neighborhood and area that may ain't come up where I live. They're not.
Yes, but because you got something on in order to live where you live, and keep us on.
You can let us like
I ain't getting a care package, and I don't think that I live in that sort of neighborhood where I should be wanting.
You don't feel that what? Big man, the time when I come across, but which was so long ago because I have not been on the road since that the government tells me don't be on the road.
Like me,
when I turned through that gap, I said in Barbados.
You try real dangerous though.
I up on a main road. That I know. I said, all right, yeah. Then the go match tell me turn right. I turn right. I said, wait. I shouldn't, Bobby.
It's so to you. Kita, you're gonna tell you now, ignore yes.
I got laugh to the people in chat. People in chat are roasting you enough already as it is.
Wait. Who roasting me? Because when I like Cat Williams when it comes to roasting, so come. They wanna want roast, come. Let me see what's going on here. I get tell don't pork out nobody. Then come at me neither. But obviously, because you live by Peter, Crystal.
Chad's so dramatic. Good gosh.
Yeah,
but Jason talking about forex, big man. We don't talk about day things. Don't like.
You know what? I ain't getting that conversation with her. We talking about advancements in technology in Barbados, and they want bigger people.
You don't know that we talk about forex, right? What it is that the forex millionaires and billionaires that live here ain't really coming true for the people of Barbados though. Because
See,
no, that
getting
I said
dangerous.
so. You see, no, that I said so. I want bigger a friend of mine who owns a driving school who decided to take it upon himself to go in the supermarkets, purchase a whole bunch of things, and he asked people, want to know anybody that I need, blah blah blah. And he took it upon himself, him, his girlfriend, and other people went out into communities and did what they could do. No, that's what it's called community spirit, and I got a big number. Anytime, anywhere the maze, and that's my boy now those driving school. Now let me say this here,
Yeah,
right?
respect. Big respect for that.
Where are the people who does be pushing this narrative about trading and forex and this and always from my IG? For some reason, I don't subscribe to none of these people, and they always saying something with some kind of ignorant ass quote talking about this and this body in the conversation and this body don't believe in dreams and this next thing. Where the ass one is? Where are you? When should be over here
Making
so
money
right now
for
helping
themselves.
people,
But they
linking
making money.
criminals.
Well, you can't tell people how to spend the money. You can't tell them how to spend what they're making. You don't know what they're putting the money towards.
My rum is getting low, and so is my tolerance for those types of people.
Well,
Y'all are so
as we were
tired.
saying, as we were saying, big people that are actually out here trying to innovate the way
Yeah.
people use technology. Big people like Ramal, the other part of this podcast for bringing these
Yeah,
our technological advances to make our podcast look like this. I know
just
there's a
bigger
lot of
and
people
better.
that created apps and that sort of thing, right? You know, that going in the right direction of for the country and so on. And that's what we love to see it. We love to see this sort of thing. So it's like we need more technological advances right now. This is the time for it. We in upon I was gonna say power. I just saying that for the longest ago. We in a
A panorama.
Panoramic.
yeah, say that
Yeah,
too often.
panoramic.
We in a
Listen,
panoramic. We in a
Sherry here so begging, aka asking for coconuts. She
yeah,
asking for coconuts.
I got she covered. I got she covered.
So what about me?
But
You
you
hear
know,
so no talk and
as
say the
Chad,
man living
as Chad
a
said,
different part of the world.
No,
as
no, no,
Chad
no.
said,
I can't afford cognac. This is something very slick, sir. Like that's a
as
response
Chad said,
to ARZ.
I can't leave home. I can't leave home to come anywhere. So I have to self isolate. So I can't deliver the coconuts and so on as asked.
Okay, fair enough. That I understand because we are respectable civilians that follow the rules given to us by
Yeah.
the powers that be.
Mm-hmm.
Chad and Keita when a man about starting a pimp. Well,
A tent
Jason,
business?
I want the gym. I want the gym reopened so that you could go and push some weight because something going on with you. How you gonna start a business in a time like this, dog? This body support check
You
out
can say
entry
what you could
pass.
do, right? Let me tell you what to do. What you could do is set up OnlyFans for people. If you set up your people OnlyFans, then you will get
Cherie.
a bigger percentage or whatever.
Funny enough,
That's
you know
pimping
what?
them up.
Oh, sorry,
I gotta
Cherie.
go.
Sorry, let me correct something. I was told here my name is pronounced Cherie. So Cherie, sorry. Okay. Website picker.
Oh, that
Well, I
I
somebody
started off.
somebody near OSEI floor speaking about what was
that's
talking
also
about
he been schooling me.
Yeah, he
That's
was
you,
um
Quincy.
that
check out
That's you,
crazy.
something there, entry
Quincy.
pass.
Big
What's
up.
entry pass?
That crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
That's
send you the
who?
link to that. I can send you the YouTube video to that child. Let me finish it.
Okay,
It's
okay,
it's a very, very, very interesting concept. And it can tap Barbados by Storm Just Know. But I can send you all that video shortly.
okay. All right,
Yeah.
cool. I looking forward to that. 'Cause I like to learn about these different things.
Yeah, but also though, like I glad to see that things are come back, but I feel for like people like the barbers and
Yeah, man.
I feel for the
Quincy.
hairdressers. I feel for the hairdressers, man. 'Cause you know how much barbers and hairdressers out here in Barbados, so
That yes, very much so. I it's hurt me mostly for them and the wax people and
yeah.
the my cosmetologist, all of them, my nail tech and thing. But but we
I
need
can start
to
waxing just now though.
oh
I can start waxing just now. Waxing business coming just now. I can show you with wax.
do sugaring though. The sugaring better.
Yeah, all of that I can learn. I can learn the different moves and things.
The lash set struggling
Lashette,
to.
Lashette struggling, boy. Lashette, the barbers, the hairdressers, the nail techs really feeling it too. So it's like there's a lot of small businesses that make up Barbados, and a lot of people go into these skills because it's very easy for them to get into these things. Because that's what they grew up seeing, and like that's our skill set. And we
Yeah,
got a lot of
they're
talented people.
talented.
And we got a lot of talented people both here in the barber world, world like Lash, you name it. We got a lot of people in it for
Jason comment.
beauty studios. We got a lot of people in the beauty studio, like Barbados, and I think that those people are being significantly impacted because if no, this is another 2 weeks, right? That we on the quarantine. It's
Yeah.
another 2 weeks. Even though the
But
other
Wait,
no,
wait, sorry. I speaking out of turn. I thought that you'd mean if the past time was an extra 2 weeks. I don't know if we did get
it
a
will be in
particular
full.
time. Anybody,
Not
wait,
but
full.
anybody could tell me though.
but technically for these people, no, this can be an extended period of time they can operate.
Yes,
So
yes.
it can be even longer for them. So that's
Right,
tough.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough, especially
right.
people
So
that work with hands.
basically, all right. So I don't know if anybody could tell us how long the new situation with the soft rollout of the different businesses that are getting the opportunity to reopen. If this is going to be another 2 week window before she's working and the country again and lets us know that barbershops can get to open, gyms can get to open, etc. Because just as you saying, Kita, it is going to be very difficult for people who operate in the beauty industry because obviously that industry does all go on the beauty to not
Yeah.
be working for such an extended period of time. That's basically a month and a half if we go to another 2 weeks that they will be out of working. So
Mm-hmm.
that is not a good thing. Right.
I
All
want
them
breakfast.
professionals have mouths to feed, yeah. All right, right. So here's he saying
Two
is
weeks then
two
a
weeks,
review.
then a review, yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That's very interesting. But no problem. Yeah,
Okay, we can get back onto that, man.
but I still feel confident as the people that so far with this new update that at least some people can go back to work and some people can be able to operate again. And I feel happy with that. I don't know how y'all feel, but I know I feel happy with that.
I want to big all the
Okay.
teachers so they're working hard though because child wants to discredit the fact that we are actually working really hard and
No, I
I
didn't
feel
mean
like
I wait.
it's more.
Wait.
No, I talking. I put my soapbox.
How you putting
The,
words in my mouth?
the time that is taking the
I was talking
pressure
about Janelle.
that we're
I was talking about
under.
Janelle. I
No,
was speaking
no,
about
but that,
Janelle.
and I'm a part of a social category called teachers.
Yeah, but I
Okay,
speaking
and
about
we're
you.
essential,
I'm speaking
non-essential
about
people.
you. I don't know about the other teachers. I'm speaking about you.
Listen, yeah. Anywho, so I just want to beg all the teachers now. I'm really trying to push through. It's the middle of the term, and Lord knows what can happen come term 3. But we can still stick in here and do what we gotta do for the grace of the country's children, the nation's children.
Yes,
Okay?
and the paycheck,
Yes.
right? And the children, yeah, of course. We gotta do big up the teachers anyway. Nisa L, big up yourself. Big up yourself. See you say something.
Me
The
working really
thing.
hard now. Don't get
Oh,
twisted.
listen to me. Let me say this, right? I got a very, very big set of respect for teachers from a young age. I don't want to be a teacher. A point in time, I get the opportunity to teach. And if everything goes well, when the situation sorts out itself, maybe in another capacity, I will find myself teaching again. But we saying different. So I got respect for people who carry you from point A to point B in any capacity of teaching. I got a big respect for nurses, healthcare workers, people who's put their lives on the line, etc. But I was talking about you, Janelle, right? And the fact that the people can't control you district, right?
You
That's
see
that's
people in
all it
chat
was.
shit.
I
You
wasn't
see
I
people in
wasn't
chat. Point that finger one more time. Point that finger at us one more time, B.
ready when you're ready.
Is that
So
why
shut
the
up.
numbers get dropped? No. Huh? I don't understand what you vote. That is nonsense.
That is
Yeah,
very,
no, but
that is
if it's
very,
one thing, we this is a really rough thing
that is
for
very
lots of us.
Chad, what you did just now is very disappointing.
Oh,
Really? Ha 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 ha! You spoke about all the dad's joke. I laughing because it's like a dad joke.
It's very disappointing.
Oh my god, it's so corny. I'm already saying that is what fresh corn. Anyways, but
I
guys,
love it.
I had a good time today though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Don't
I
mind
had a
I
good time. I had
I
a good
yeah.
time. I
had
had
a
a
real
good
sweet
time.
time.
We start early and we
The
closing it
after
out,
party
man. But
happening
I
now.
want to say we actually
It's
still have
All
our
of my,
like
all of my
hey,
beverage
face
gone.
finger people,
Also,
fingers
my
licked.
beverage is gone. Look, also, my beverage is gone. So,
That's good.
yeah,
No wonder that your
I ready
fingers
to
feel
back my shirt now
yeah.
and show off my bougie skin.
Anybody. Funny enough, I hear laughing because I was participating in the whole yeah challenge. When yes, yes, her words, they go drink a shot. So I was participating in that, but I realized that halfway through that I was like, "Child, boy, me ain't get me drunk."
you drunk.
She said these
Yeah,
words.
she
She
will
said,
make you whole liter disappear, boy.
"Man, what, my cup here empty." I didn't want to listen to. I only listen to a part of what me said. I'm gonna cut
I ain't
you
listening to
empty.
none. I ain't listening to any. Shut me in 2022, people.
2022.
Yeah?
2022, you lock up till 2022.
As in, I
But
ain't
then
listening to
again,
nothing. I'm not
but then ain't wrong with
2022
that because you
means
think when you think about it, I don't see anytime soon schools reopening in any capacity like that kind of way. I really ain't seeing it happening.
yeah, but that's
So,
tough for
so
a
it
lot of
is a
people.
possibility that 2022 is really the void for real when it comes
So
to teaching.
general, as a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
though, they can go a virtual 11 plus this year, though.
How they gonna do that?
I don't know that we're asking because I mean we are all this time away from school and working from home and teaching from home, and the world ain't stopping for nobody. This thing like Avengers where they lose 5 years and people come back and 5 years gone just like that. I mean these children still got
Yo,
to like literally
Kita,
be at that age to do the exam. So it's
Kita,
like
I know if you just recognize, but you just drop a big key, big man. The fact that you said Avengers had that situation and you know it lasted for 5 years. All right. Drop
But
me a
it,
note
but
just
it,
there.
I never try to talk that into existence, but I just think
I
That
that
don't
was
do
big
that.
one there, boy.
like children that are 11 right now, or well 10, sorry, that are I guess in that realm to do the 11 plus or so on. It
Yeah.
is going to be immensely difficult when you get to that point in time because I mean
But you
I
see,
remember the 11 plus last year, and for what that was, it sounded as though it was extremely difficult.
Excuse me.
it was a hard thing for them. Well, you know, this is a real haves and have not society. One, right from last year, we should have been looking into what will be for the next however many years when it comes to matriculating from primary school into secondary school. You drop a bombshell in 2019 saying that you can phase out the common entrance. 2020, you almost didn't even have the common entrance. You mean tell me in 2021 they're still up in the air, but what can be happening? All from 2020 when this thing started to go on, they should have been like, well, we did because I am a policymaker, but they could have been looking into what was the best option. You don't want to put it into the hands of the teachers for them to decide, as in the class 3 and class 4 teachers, because there needs to be some consistency right across the board.
Agreed.
But you mean to tell me that you can't think to yourself, well, hey, we doing this virtual thing, we need to put something in place because every year we can't be back at this same square, and that's what's
Mm.
happening all the time. We're not doing anything. But my worry though is the children who are not logging in and who are struggling. Listen, it might be gone past my thing time, and these children here know it.
No, but
But
we wrapping up. We wrapping up. No, we wrapping up.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right?
but the children who are not logging, the ones who are not getting anything right now, that is my biggest concern. Like, what are we doing for these children? You mean tell me you can just push them up again next year, and then you can try to cram down all the work in them? what is going on right now is not working, and we're gonna have a lot of left behind children. If we thought 10 years ago that whole and 90 something percent literacy was a joke, imagine now when it actually drops, and we have so many more people who children who are going to be left behind because of what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very unfortunate thing, and I know because you are within the field itself, you would know exactly where that is going, where it should be going. And I honestly do believe too that it's about time that people move away from this old time way of metering or measuring children and their abilities, their capabilities. I feel children should be given the opportunity to go where anybody think is best for them at the point in time. Because if a person is showing potential for a particular school and it will help their particular gifts that they are showing currently to mature and everything, I feel like they should go there rather than hurting your head about talking about going to a school that will not focus on them skills that
Yes.
you naturally have. So if you're a person who's naturally gifted with their hands, art is a part of that, send it to the school that you know that the art program is immaculate. And work on it from that point of view. If you're a techie, send it to a school that got the better opportunities with technology and the like. If you're good at the metal work, the carpentry, whatever, that's how we gotta start raising these children though, and stop
Yeah.
pushing this whole vibe of written work, written education. That's folly, man.
Keep it
Foolishness.
moving.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
no,
that,
go ahead. Yes, Keita, we got wrap up.
wrapping up. I was just saying, with that being said, I think that is actually the perfect segment for us to say a big thank you to everybody who is in the chat tonight, who came in there, who was here from early with us from the jump, who logged in after the PM's press conference. I mean, it's a pleasure for you guys to log in tonight. I really appreciate the support and so on. This episode, as you all know, was not necessarily a episode where we sent out a broadcast or anything. It was a planned episode. It was an unplanned episode. We freestyled tonight. We actually had planned to, because of the press conference, we weren't sure what was going down. So we just did more of a reactionary approach and just, chit chat with people and hear what's going on in one neck in the woods and how things have been going. So it's really been a pleasure really kicking it with you guys tonight and, having you guys at the Up Inside Yuh podcast. You can find us on YouTube at Up Inside Yuh. You can also find us on Anchor, the podcast at Up Inside Yuh. And you can follow our IG page at Up Inside Yuh, which you are on right now as you can see this. I also want to say a big shout out to the sponsors, Big Up Trading Cuts Barber Studio, every single Big Up Trading Cuts. Big Up Drew.
We need you, Drew. We need you, Drew.
This ain't working out.
Your boy here, man. Look at your boy here, man.
This ain't working out for sure.
My hair almost going in one thing.
Big up Barely Sober Entertainment, boy. We really want a party later this year, boy. Come here, party and alone, boy. But big up Barely Sober Entertainment. Big up C Bell, Jersey Bell. Big up C Bell with the menstrual cups, man. Yo, we looking for that podcast pretty soon because ladies need some more information on that for sure. Big up me first. Big up Me First Mobile Massage Therapy. That is the big masseuse. Sorry, my apologies. Big up. Give me the new name again, man.
Yeah,
give me the new name again. I go again to the new name.
It's Alluri Media Production.
Alluri Media Production.
Alluri, sorry. I always pronounce it
Alluri.
Alluri Media Production.
Alluri Media Production. Who's making this podcast possible? Hold this clock above me, look, and this Trader Cuts logo, and this thing, and the logos and everything.
Yeah.
I wanna go soon see for now. We love Chinese money. Yeah, so I want to big up all these sponsors. I want to big up my co-hosts and
big up yourself, Keita.
Thank you.
I want to keep good night to the forts in chat, man. So have a good night.
Good night. Everybody, good night. Thanks for coming and bombard me.
Good night. Good night.
Oh, there. She knows it's her time.
So good to see you guys. Same place next week Thursday at 8 o'clock. Right here at the Up Inside Yuh podcast. So
for sure.